Hey folks, this is another senior moment, only this time instead of showing you something that I've done, I'm going to show you something I'm working on. It's a working project in works. Every once in a while we get requests for a large base so that if somebody's doing some routing and they have a large area, they want to be able to do cleanup and stuff on a large area. So every once in a while I think about making one, and I have in the past. I've made a couple of different ones, but this one I've designed as something special. So this one will convert from 11 3/4 inch base that will fit on the router, and I can make them for any of the router bases that we make. This is just a standard base. this base come off of this base. This housing came off of this base. So now, what happens is, I made this out of wood, but this is just a prototype. When I design something and I make the first one, usually I make it out of wood because it's a little easier. The file in the computer doesn't know whether I'm cutting it out of wood or acrylic. But here's what this is going to be when it's all said and done. Number one, it's a base. And number two, when I put this, it's going to take a minute. Normally, when I get this done, this won't be these little screws like this. This will be a wing nut with like a 1/4 inch bolt. But for now, we're going to go with this. Oops. I'll turn this over once I get this screw on there.
So everybody needs to know that this is simply a prototype, and everything is made out of wood, but it won't be made out of wood when the final product is complete, and when the final version of the product is completely done, it won't be made out of wood.
No, it'll be made out of 1/4 inch acrylic. But like I say, once I make the file in the computer don't care what it is. So what I'm going to do now is I'll put this other one on. Do it a little different. Now it'll actually, these will come off too, no matter whether it's a router table or whether it's a base. These will come off and it'll ship with these off of it. So it'll ship as a knockdown item.
So it won't be near as cumbersome as this shows, guys. This is just the first.
Yeah, this is just a prototype.
The first prototype version, just to give you guys an idea of Dad's thinking. This was all Dad's kind of brainchild. He's been talking and
I'm not even going to bother to. Normally, these will have, this would be wing nuts.
Yeah.
Can you see that, son?
Oh yeah, I got
These
it.
would be wing nuts, so they would go on and off pretty easy. But I'm not going to bother to put the other two in. What I'm going to show you now is that this is a, let's see.
Yeah, it's on this side, Dad.
Oh, there it is. Now you can see where the cutter comes up through there. Now, if you want the 45-degree chamfer to come up through there, you would just turn it on and you'd raise it up until this comes up to where you want it, and then you'd lock it in. And that'd be all there is to that. Now, you see that it is just, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 more stringers on here so that it's a little bit sturdier.
Yeah.
But it's not real secure. But once I get it made, and I make it out of acrylic and get it made, it'll be a lot more secure. And since it's 11 3/4 square, you can always use just any kind of a straight edge on there, clamp it on, then you can use that as a guide,
As a fence, yeah.
as a fence.
Yeah.
So you can use it, at an angle, however you want it.
So if they wanted to put a spiral upcut in there, they could cut dados with it.
Absolutely. You can cut
Rabbits.
dados.
Yeah.
You could use this and set it so that you can cut grooves.
Yeah.
You can use this so that you can cut chamfers. And this is made primarily for people who do small crafts. It's not for sign making. This is for people who do small crafts, like, maybe they do earrings, or they do necklaces, or they do something that's small crafts.
Yeah. Maybe
And
little
so-
birdhouses or
Could be-
little
yeah,
things
could
that
be
they
anything
need.
that's small
Yeah.
crafts. And once it's done, it's not intended for heavy duty use. Even though now it's just a tad flimsy, but when
Yeah.
I get it made out of acrylic, it'll be a lot more solid.
That's
And,
cool. That's a
could
cool
be-
design.
It could be that there could be some sort of an angle put on these, and it could be put on a bigger piece. Any number of ways to make it sturdier, but it's intended just for small craft work. And sometimes you can't get that on a big router table. So that's why I designed number 1. We have customers who occasionally want a larger base for the router. And since I'm going to make a larger base, I figured I might as well make them. I've been thinking about this mini router table for, I don't know, when did we talk about it?
I think you
Months
mentioned
and
it
months ago.
a couple months ago. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been thinking about this for a long time. So anyway, Park, that's what it is.
All right. Well, you guys.
This is just a prototype. The finished one will have some additional stuff. I may round the bottom of it. I may get some plastisol things and put on it to make it non-slip. I'm going to put a couple more stringers across. This is my senior moment for this time, just to show you what I'm working on.
So you guys will see the development of this thing as it goes through. Yeah.
Yeah, when I get the one done out of acrylic, we'll show you what it is. So we'll see you on the next one.